We all know predator protection is important for our flocks, and sometimes we think we've done enough, but then find out we haven't. This summer, I had a chicken tractor made for me, and it was covered with chicken wire instead of hardware cloth. It took me a while to use it because I was a little uneasy knowing our recommendations to use hardware cloth over chicken wire. But ultimately, I decided I was going to give it a try. It looked like it should hold up. I ended up losing some meat birds because of that decision. I went from 42 to 35. I knew better. It was my fault. Today, I want to show you the difference between hardware cloth and chicken wire, so you know why we suggest using the hardware cloth instead of chicken wire to protect your birds. While there may be some suitable uses for chicken wire, it isn't always the best choice. Chicken wire is easy to flex and bend, so when a raccoon puts a paw or claw through it and pulls back, yes, it can flex to allow at least part of a chicken to come through it. It's not a pretty sight, and I'm sure it's unpleasant for the chicken, so it's best to avoid this scenario. How? We'll show you. Hardware cloth is stiffer and stronger. It comes in different gauges and mesh sizes. The gauge indicates the size and strength of the wire, and while this feels very backwards to me, higher numbers indicate thinner and weaker wires, while lower numbers indicate thicker and stronger wires. You can use a higher gauge wire for some things, but not predator protection. Often 1/2 inch mesh, 19 gauge or lower, is used for predator protection. That's what I've used here. It's pretty strong, but it's just flexible enough to allow me to still work with it. You can see the 1/2 by 1/2 inch openings would not allow a raccoon to reach through and pull any parts of a chick or chicken from the other side. Places we suggest using hardware cloth instead of chicken wire are coop openings like vents or to cover or replace a window screen. Predators can definitely get through simple screens. You can use hardware cloth for the lower section of a run and bury it about 1 foot out from the edge of the run to prevent predators from digging into the run. The same can be done for coops to prevent a predator from digging into a coop if the coop has the ground as its floor. So think about this as you make changes to your coop and run for the coming seasons. It may cost a little more in materials, but it will save you the heartache of preventable losses.